Making women look and feel utterly beautiful is the forte of Canadian-born designer Erdem. After graduating from London's Royal College of Art in 2003, Erdem honed his skills at Diane von Furstenberg before launching his ready-to-wear label in 2005 to rapturous critical acclaim. Celebrated for his bold silk prints and attention to detail, it's no wonder that his romantic designs continue to enchant and enthrall the fashion pack season after season.
I grew up in Montreal, in Canada. My mother was British, my father was Turkish. What really brought me to London was the Royal College of Art, where I studied. Prior to that, I was in Birmingham, and I was studying there. That's where I did my work placement with Vivienne Westwood. I was obsessed with David Hockney and Ozzie Clarke and reading quite a lot about them, and they all attended the Royal College of Art, and I felt like that was the place to go. After graduating from the Royal College of Art, I worked in New York very briefly, and I came back to London, and I was advised to enter a competition, which I did just to update my portfolio. I was trying to figure out how I was going to start my own label. The competition was called Fashion Fringe, and I won and essentially launched the label. When I'm looking for inspiration, it can come from so many different places, from traveling, from my friends, from the street. I live in East London, which is a very kind of colourful place, and there's always something interesting to look at in my area. It can come from an inspiration as literal as something like the Ballet Russe, or from a trip. I went to Japan recently, and that inspired a collection, to going back to the Royal College, to the library, and just taking out, loads of books and just staying there for 2 weeks to figure out what the collection's about. It often comes from lots of different things. I do have a book obsession, an unhealthy book obsession. I love books. I think print's always been very important in my work. It's another dimension to, the creative process. I discovered print when I was at college, but really I started experimenting when I started the label. It was just a question of having an idea of how I wanted the fabric to look and simply not being able to find it. So I started playing around and experimenting. It wasn't anything that I was trained in particularly. It was more out of necessity and out of wanting to control everything. Spring, summer 11, the research was really exciting. I was given access to the Victoria and Albert Museum's collection of Ballet Russe costume and set design, and I was really inspired by that idea of creating kind of trompe-l'oeil prints that almost looked a little bit like ballet sets and backgrounds, and the idea of these kind of very rich greens contrasted with these kind of off reddish orange colors, and it's very kind of high contrast and really beautiful florals, and I just wanted it to feel very summery and light and kind of quite romantic. Two of my favorite dresses from the collection were the Saskia dress, which was look one, and the Bianca dress, which was the finale dress. I like them both for very different reasons, but in a way kind of for the same reason. They're both very soft, drapey dresses. The Saskia is this wonderful ecru georgette that's all been hand embroidered with white Swiss lace. And the Bianca dress is a digitally printed georgette dress that has this wonderful kind of volume, a full-length gown. And I like the idea of creating, this kind of object of desire. It's something that you kind of come back to that makes you feel very special. I think the Erdem woman is very kind of independent in thought. I think she's probably someone who doesn't necessarily follow seasons per se. I think she's someone that will buy something and wear it whenever she wants. I think she's very kind of strong-minded, but not kind of dictated to. I think she's she's kind of very much an individual. The main thing that you want a woman to feel is confidence. I think clothes should bring out the absolute best in you. I love the idea that, a dress makes you feel like the most beautiful version of yourself.